As the 2021 to 2022 school year is in its second term, midterm season is steadily approaching. With the absence of midterms last year, both students and teachers are wondering if midterms should be brought back at all. We hear from both sides' perspectives, starting with the teachers on how they prepare their students for the midterms.
The entire term builds up to it.
A review of the terminology and, the stuff that we covered during the semesters and the terms.
We spend some time talking about what the test is going to look like in terms of what types of questions. We spend some time in class reviewing.
In order to see the effects of midterms and finals on students' grades, we asked teachers if they noticed a dip or a rise in their students' performance.
I did notice it. I don't know if it was necessarily only because of the absence of midterms and final exams.
Teachers are required to test students with midterms and finals, so we got their input on any other alternatives that they would prefer instead.
It's actually showing that you have retained and learned the curriculum and proving it maybe through a project or an event.
But I think that we have to reevaluate, juxtaposed to all of these other exam times and demands on our time, when are they necessary?
Currently, seniors are the only students in the school who have taken both midterms and finals, and we asked what their opinion of both tests were.
I hate midterms and finals. I just feel like they're kind of stressful for no reason.
Finally, we asked if there were any advice that they would give to any freshmen about midterms.
Don't put your health, or your mental health and your physical health and your schedule and having fun before you put a test.
The last question we have for all teachers and students is midterms worth it?
No.
Simple answer, yes.
No, not at all.
Students and teachers have differing opinions on midterms. On one hand, midterms hold unnecessary stress for students. But on the other hand, midterms could be a valuable way to assess a student's understanding of the material. Either way, in January, we'll see how midterms go for both teachers and students.
Looks like midterms are coming up quick. I better get to studying. But first, I'm going to talk about Debate Club, which is a long-standing club at West Bridgewater Middle Senior High School. Not much attention has been brought to the club over the years, but the members are working hard to grow the club into a well-known group. Some students, teachers, and members explain what they like about debate and what it means to them.
I think what's great about debate is it gives students a chance to look at real-world issues and to find their research skills and to hone their speaking skills as well.
I like that you can research a lot and also defend, so it really shows how much you know about the subject, and you can talk to people from other schools and learn what they think about, I guess.
In debate, there are many jobs to fill, and some of the members explained what their roles are.
So this year our debate topic is about protecting water resources in the United States, and affirmative teams need to come up with plans on how to do that, and negative teams have to face those plans and explain why they are no good.
So we pretty much set up a plan and we debate our plan and defend it, or we'll attack somebody else's plan.
I'm on varsity and I'm a member of the affirmative team.
I am a varsity affirmative team member.
Members work in teams of 2 while debating and have different opinions on whether or not they like working in pairs.
Sometimes if you get a good partner, then debate is really fun, it's really easy. But if you're unlucky enough to get a partner that doesn't do much of the work, doesn't participate much, then it can be a little tricky.
I really like it just because it's easier to do the work and you kind of see how they might stand on a certain topic that you might disagree about.
Some outside teachers and students share what they know about debate.
I know that they give you a topic that you have to prove your point about, and then you have to do research on it, and then you go to some place and you talk about your points and your opinions on why.
So I've judged the debate about 3 or 4 times, and every time I do it, I'm amazed. It blows my mind. It's like mini lawyers up there, and they're doing it in such a way that they're respectful to each other, but they're listening to each other, which is something that's, I think, missing in everyday school.
Even though Debate Club has grown smaller in size over the years, every member works extremely hard to put their best foot forward in meets. The club hopes to welcome many new members in the future.
With winter approaching, it's wonderful that we have 2 new guidance counselors added to our community this year. Now let's find out more about Miss Miranda and Miss Gilbert.
I have been working in the mental health field for a couple years. I have been in a variety of agencies and different school systems.
I've been a social worker for maybe over 9 years now. They both have delightful personalities, which leads us to wonder how these individuals became a Wildcat.
So we posted, actually our first initial was posting for a school psychologist and we got no applicants. So we reposted looking for social work adjustment counselor interns.
I actually worked here 2 years ago when I covered for Mrs. Ponce's first maternity leave.
I heard about this position via School Spring, which is a system where they post job postings.
Being a school psychologist can be difficult at times, but there are a variety of reasons why someone might want to get involved.
I've always wanted to be a school adjustment counselor. I love the mental health field, I love the school system, and I just wanted to work with kids.
I've worked a lot with like adolescents and children and youth.
While holding this position, establishing relationships with each individual can be extremely important.
I would say that you take something from every person that you meet.
I would say kind of every time I post something different, I learn something new.
Mrs. Page has one of the most important jobs of all, selecting counselors that will meet the students' needs.
One of our new social workers actually did a long-term sub for Miss Ponce, and then Miss Miranda, when she interviewed, she just had such a calming personality.
To be successful as a counselor, there are a variety of qualities that you must possess.
I think most importantly, we want people here in the building who like kids.
Although Miss Gilbert is her own individual, we notice that she has also had an impactful first impression.
I had met her a year ago when she was here, and she's very sweet, attentive, and good at her job.
I know to de-escalate any situation, she's always keeps her composure.
Miss Miranda made an outstanding first impression on many.
I just met her, and she's sweet also, and she also is great at her job.
She seems very compassionate, caring, and just easygoing, like easy to talk to, and you could just tell that she cared about her work.
Miss Miranda and Miss Gilbert proved to be wonderful and pleasant so far. I can't wait to get to know them more and further build my relationship with them as I carry out the rest of the school year.
As the holidays come closer, everybody starts to get into higher spirits. Traditions begin, and we think about how grateful we are.
I'm grateful that they have exposed me to both holiday traditions, Christmas and Hanukkah, because my mom is, Catholic and my dad is Jewish. I'm just glad that I've been exposed to both. I've seen both perspectives. I'm glad that they've given me presents throughout the years, and I'm just glad that we do the same thing every year.
They take their money and buy us a lot of presents and make sure that we have good holidays.
As we grow older, we realize that the holiday excitement begins to fade, and we miss what we once cherished.
Presents, they kind of stop, giving me presents slowly over the years, and it's kind of more of just family time that we spend now, and we just eat a lot of food, and there's just less presents.
Just like all the excitement as like a kid, like Christmas Eve and stuff like that, where it was like actually fun. Now it's just like not as fun because like all the enjoyment died out.
I think when I didn't have kids, I missed the excitement because it was kind of like, oh, this is Christmas, that's it. But now with kids, especially kids that believe in Santa, I think the excitement's back, to be honest. I think it's even more exciting now to see them get crazy excited Christmas morning, and then even just the lead up too.
During the holidays, everybody has their own unique traditions involving their loved ones.
My favorite holiday traditions are celebrating Hanukkah and Christmas. But if I had to pick one, I would say Christmas is probably more fun. It's just way more instantly gratifying.
Hands down, my favorite holiday tradition is definitely decorating my Christmas tree, and even now more so with my kids.
Holiday traditions are so important for everybody. It's very cool to learn about all the unique traditions that everybody has. Thank you for tuning in for the G Block second episode of this semester.